Here we are standing on one of the tallest mountains right here in the middle of the city. You can probably see over my shoulder, we're on the west side of Santiago. There's about 3 or 4 million people that you can see from right here at this point that we're standing on. The majority of the people behind me have never had the opportunity to hear a clear presentation of the gospel. We came up here this morning with a group of 6 or 7 guys here from Chile, guys that are praying about reaching their city with the gospel, guys that are being prepared right now at the Chile Training Center. And we're really excited to see what God's doing in their heart. We came up here to pray, to look over the city, to see the incredible need, the incredible opportunity, not to start one church, but to start dozens of churches here in this one city. If we had one church for every 50,000 people, we would need about 150 churches. And to be honest, that's just scratching the surface of the amount of churches that we need in this one city. And God's not called us to reach this one city with the gospel, but He's called us to take the gospel from here and to reach the entire world. The truth is, the need is enormous. But we're so thankful that God is calling young men to preach the gospel, to go into the ministry, to start churches. And we have the privilege and the honor to train them and to work with them through different local churches and different pastors and missionaries there at the Chile Training Center. And you guys, you've been praying about that with us. You've been giving to make it possible. And we're so excited about how things are coming together. We've received over $50,000 now for the second payment. Remember, there's 3 payments stretched out over a 9-month period. $250,000 over about 250 days. God's already supplied the first third back in September. We have the second payment that's due now in January, the third in May. Right now, as we stand, we're about 16, 17 days out from the second payment, and we still need about $35,000. I think it's $34,565 if I remember right. So there's still a good bit more, and we have very little time, and we need you to pray. We need you to pray about what God would have you to do, what He would have your church to do. We want to ask you to share this need with other people. Get involved. Help us to reach this city with the gospel. I'll be speaking, preaching at several churches over the next couple of weeks, churches that want to give here in Chile, churches that are getting together offerings to be a part of what God's doing here in this city. So local churches, they're doing their best to reach the city with the gospel. Us as missionaries, we're doing our best to reach this city with the gospel. And you can have a part in that work. Please pray with us, and let's see what the Lord will allow us to do together to reach this city for the honor and the glory of Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. Thank you for praying with us. And we'll be sharing over these next few days about how God continues to supply the need for the second payment. And then May's coming up with the third one. But we know we have a incredibly powerful God that is very faithful. And we have the best group of supporters. You guys have been so great. And we really appreciate all that you've done to be a part of it. Let's keep praying. Let's see what God's going to do. Thank you so much.